everyone,
Hello!
and welcome to Kirsty and Briony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
And I am Briony, and we are going to dive into the world of dreams and figure out what the heck is going on inside our heads.
What is happening? You think we'd find out by now?
No, we can stretch this out a lot longer.
Yeah, just keep
We'll
going.
do it.
We'll do it.
Don't think we'll stop. How are your dreams this week? Have you been having them?
I had a little bit. I had one last night. It's been a little bit. It was a bit. What's the word? Disjointed. But I do remember bits of it. Rythian was there.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. So yeah, I had a bit of a dream, which is nice. I've been, because just now I've been yawning constantly, but I'm so tired. I'm so tired all the time. But maybe I need to just sleep more. That's probably the answer.
What's your pattern at the moment? Are you being a naughty little guy?
Generally, I go to bed at 3 a.m. and then I wake up at about 11.
So, wait, what's the maths on that? Is that 8 hours?
8 hours, yeah.
But apparently, and this is going to be my excuse for a long time, apparently women need more sleep. And that's just science. So
I can believe that, yeah.
I just, when I get my honk shoe mimi, just scientifically I need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up to me.
Cats just need to sleep constant, 18 hours a day.
I was reading about how long horses sleep for the other day because I went down this rabbit horse hole of horsepower because it confused me as to why one horse isn't 1 horsepower. And I was like, I'm not gonna let this defeat me. I'm gonna understand. By the end of today, I will understand horsepower. Mm-hmm. And I do understand it now, I think.
Why is it called horsepower then?
So, this is gonna be the worst explanation that isn't gonna help at all. But I'll try my best. So, it is like an average amount of power that a horse will have in a working day.
Okay.
So, because it's like, so when a horse is just like nibbling hay, they're not really exerting much power. So that is just like 0.2 of a horse power being generated there. There's not much power happening. Whereas when a horse is really like hecking going for it, they're at like 100 horse because they're just like, yeah, I'm a horse. Woo. Have you ever seen a horse so much? So the average of that day would be like, a horse is on average 14.9 horsepower. So when you average out how much they've horsed in a day, they're about 14 horsepower.
How do you measure how much a horse has horsed in a day?
I don't know.
It feels like this is made up.
Well, it was made up
silly.
by Mr. Watt, who was the inventor
of the Watt.
Yes. I'm pretty sure it was Watt who came up with... What? Who came up with
also came up with horsepower.
But it was because...
You think he started to run out of ideas after creating the Watt? And was like, what else could I measure? There's a horse over there.
He dabbled in why and how, but it just never really stuck. So he stuck firm. But I think it was to do with wanting to show how much more powerful. It's because they were trying to bring in like steam engines and stuff, and they wanted something that people could understand because it was new, wild, crazy witchcraft technology. So they were like, if we put the word horse in there, people go, I know what a horse is.
Horse.
I understand. So it's like like horses, yeah?
It's like many horses. All in one engine.
But
wow.
Yeah, it just confused me. And then I started reading about horses being measured in hands.
Yes, I was going to say that's not the only silly measurement to do with horses. We've got hands as well.
And
could just use feet. No, hands.
Their hands, and a hand is 4 inches. Yep. I learned this. It was regulated by Henry VIII in, I think, 1840. I want to say.
Henry VIII in 1840?
Wait, no.
Did he do it on from his grave?
Wait. When was it? Maybe it wasn't Henry VIII. Who? Wait, I've lost all of my research.
I'll look up the hands.
Who invented horse
Henry
hands?
VIII emerges from his crypt and declares, "We will measure horses in hands, and they will be 4 inches."
1541.
That makes more sense.
I've not memorized all of my facts very well. Wait, am I thinking, was horsepower when did horsepower
That makes
invented?
more sense if it's talking about like, well, yeah, if it's talking about steam engines and stuff, that makes a little bit more sense.
If you just cut all of this out to make me sound really smart,
No, keep it in.
So yeah, it was Henry VIII's hand that became the standardized hand for horses. Oh, horsepower was coined in 1782. What was I studying that came out in 1840? I went down such a big thing about horses. But the thing that confuses me about measuring horses is that you only measure up to their wither, which is their shoulder.
What if they have a really long neck?
That's the thing. What if? Oh, okay. It's because, right, I remember now. It's because Samson, who was the biggest horse in the world,
Had a really short neck.
He was born in 1846.
Oh.
That's where my horse fact about 1840s came from. Not Henry VIII.
Oh my God. I'm just on the Wikipedia page for the year 1840. I'm just looking to see if anything important happened that you might have forgotten
A
about.
few years later, Samson will be born. I guess his parents were kicking around then. But I just don't get it. Why? Like, did the first person who measured a horse, just their head was down? So they measured up to there and then they put their head up and they were like, whoa, hang on. But I just don't get it. It's not the height of, because if someone told me like, you're going to meet like a 6-foot horse, I would be prepared for like a horse I can look in the eyes. But then if a horse, because that's going to be like 7.5 foot by the time they've put their head up. If I'm looking at their shoulders, that horse is going to tower over me and that's terrifying. So I would not be prepared.
God.
I feel like they're playing very fast and loose with the horse rules in horse world.
I agree. I'm just looking at Samson. That's a big horse. He had a very big neck.
Horse.
That horse is massive. The neck is like twice as wide as it should be.
You don't really know. I don't know the average length of a horse neck. That wasn't in my research.
No, I don't either.
So that's where my brain has been this week.
Horses are fun. They're very big, especially Samson.
Yeah, the biggest in the world, some might say.
I'm sure there's been bigger. Because 21 hands, it's pretty big, but also 21 and a half maybe. But I feel like that's doable.
Yeah.
Has there been a bigger horse, hang on, than Samson? There we go. People have looked this up. The answer is no. But maybe there's one hiding out there. I think so. I believe in horses. They're real. And I think there's a bigger one. If anybody knows a bigger horse than Samson, please let us know.
All very big statements.
And please let us meet them. Thank you.
I'm sorry to any horse deniers who listen to this, but we are going to have to take a stand here and say horses are real. We believe in them.
Yeah.
Horses are such funny guys.
They're just big rabbits, aren't they?
Every time I read, because I'm reading a Joe Applecrumble book at the moment, and a lot of it is people riding horses into battle. And it just seems so weird to me that anyone who's met a horse, you wouldn't think, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to surround it with loud noises and scary. There's lots of people. That seems like a great idea.
Yeah. Like they are so flighty. Like you can like, it's a weird term, but you can break them in. So they're like used to that sort of stuff. But just as they are, they're so scared of everything. And their hearts are just so fragile. Like they are, all of them is so fragile. Like you look at them funny and they just drop down. It's like, okay, let's take this to a war zone. I'm sure it'll be fine.
If I had have been there at the dawn of horses when man and horse came together, not like that, but if I had have been there, I would have tried approaching them once and then been like, nah. This is a lost cause. I give up. Leave the horses be where they are. On second thoughts, let's not get on the back of one.
Imagine if we rode cows instead.
People do.
I found
this out the other day. I saw a video.
We probably saw the same one.
Yeah.
Someone on a beach riding a cow. And I was like, I'm envious.
Well, I guess cows must be fairly sturdy.
Yeah. I think it's just like, I just agree. I have no argument there. The cows are very sturdy. And they're a lot more sturdy than a horse, I'll tell you that much.
Maybe I shouldn't give this public air, but I'll do it anyway. The other day, little Sarah, posted a video of her between me and Lydia because we share a birthday week, and she said happy birthday to the two of us, and someone replied to that picture saying these two look like you could ride them into battle. And I was like, excuse me, what, sir? What do you mean by this?
Jesus Christ.
Are you saying I just look like we're just big sturdy women? Is that what you're trying to say?
What? Oh.
I just had a real like slow blink reaction to it of just like, what? Am I offended? Is it a compliment? I don't know what angle this has.
I just don't know. What goes through some people's minds when they write these things? Oh my God. Incredible.
Would you like to try to recount one of your
my dream
yeah, fragments?
Of course. I can remember a bit of it. I forgot it after I had it, and then I woke up and I was like, I'm sure I had a dream. So I just sat there for a bit and I did a Winnie the Pooh think, and then I remembered a bit. So it started with me in a car. It was in Rythian's car. He had a silver car. We were driving around, and people kept like beeping at him, and he was getting annoyed. He's like, "Why are people beeping at me?"
Beep beep.
But he didn't know that I'd messed with the console in the car to make it say something on the back of the car, something to the effect of, I don't know, we're having tacos tonight for dinner. It was something like that. And I was like, tee-hee, I've got tacos written on the back of the car, and Rythian doesn't know. And he was getting really annoyed that people kept beeping at him about the tacos. And anyway, so we were driving around, and eventually we got to somewhere. I think it might have been like a car boot sale or something. And I don't remember anything about it, except when we were leaving, my car was parked, and it was kind of parked in a weird place, almost like the front of the car was in a ditch almost. I was like, wow, great parking, good job, me. But some guy had followed us back to my car. I think at this point it was me and my brother. And he kept trying to just buy things. Like he was like opening the car door, and I was like, no. And he was like, oh, how much for the car? How much for this? How much for this? And I was like, nothing's for sale. I'm here to buy things. I'm not here to sell things. And then he opened the boot of the car, and I had an old keyboard, like music keyboard, piano keyboard in the boot. And it was like just an old, it was not even a long one. It was like a square shape, like a tiny little square keyboard. And he was like, how much for that? And I was like, I've been wanting to get rid of that actually, £5. And he was like, nobody buys these. They're so cheap. Look. And he was about to offer me something even worse than a £5. And I was just like, for God's sake, car boot salesman, they're all like this. Other than that, there wasn't much else I remember. I do know that when my car was there was another car parked a little bit further away that belonged to one of us. And for some reason we were like, right, we're all at my car. I'll drive us to the other car, then you can get in, then we can drive home together, like in the two cars. But we never got that far in the dream. It was just talking to the man who was trying to buy my things. And that was it. That's all I remember. I think there was more, but it's gone. It's fallen down the dream well to be found another day. But that's all I remember. Rythian and tacos and car boot sale. That's it.
I mean, I imagine you do love a car boot sale.
I bloody love a car boot sale.
Yeah,
I can't wait till it gets warm again and the car boot sales start.
Because just the browsing, but also the stuff.
Yeah.
I imagine it's like treasure hunting.
It is. It is like treasure hunting. It's like, if you find like something there, like some sort of gem, it's like, yeah, it's been worth it. It's all been worth it. One time I found a guy who was selling a boxed GameCube. It was a blue GameCube. And I was so tempted. I was like offering him. You know how I am on like eBay, just offering people just stupid money just to be annoying. That's what I was like to this guy. I was like, 50 quid. And he's like, no. I'm like, oh. And I come back later, I'm like, 60 quid? He's like, no. Oh.
How much was it tagged for?
Oh gosh, I can't remember at all. Yeah, I have no idea for the life of me. I don't do that all the time on eBay, by the way, because I've said this before. The only time I did it was when there was a Pikachu, right? There was a big round Pikachu, but it was an absolute mess. It was in a diabolical state. It didn't have a tail. It looked like somebody had sat on it, and they wanted 50 quid for it. And I was like, you're taking the piss. So I just kept offering 20. And it was on eBay for months and months and months and months, probably like the best part of a year. And I was like, if you'd have taken my 20, then it wouldn't be here anymore. So I was just being petty.
I got that with there was a book I was trying to buy for ages, and it's still like people put it on for like over £100, and I got to that point where I was trying to buy it so many times that I would just start offering stupid things because I'm just like, but it's that thing of being like, if someone would have it up for like £45, so I'd be like, what about £35? And they're like, okay, £44.95, and I'm like, you're not. This isn't how haggling works. You're not playing by the rules.
Oh my God.
And you only get the 3 offers and then you're locked out.
Yeah. See, I was lucky because this guy who listed the Pikachu, he kept relisting it. So I got my offers back. Oh dear. I had someone buy something of mine with an offer the other day on eBay, and they offered like £10 less than I was asking for. And I was like, that's actually quite refreshing. That's nice. Like, I mean, it wasn't a £10 item. It was like over 100. So it was a smaller percentage of the whole price. And I was like, you're actually being very reasonable. This is quite nice. Thank you so much. But yeah.
I feel like that would probably explain. I mean, I feel like, because we were talking yesterday about if we were to get the train to go and see Rythian. I wonder if that put in your mind, like, on ground travel.
Yeah,
Rythian,
maybe.
If it combined the two.
Yeah.
I don't know about the tacos.
I don't know about the tacos either.
You're just hungry?
We're just hungry. But, I mean, don't Google it because it'll probably say something like vagina.
Oh, I was already Googling it. I'm curious.
I'm looking up car. Dream cars can symbolize the image or persona you're trying to project to others. This can be sleek and powerful or practical and powerful. Whenever a car appears in your dream, the first thing to do is consider your personal associations with that car. If you do not envisage yourself owning this particular car, ask yourself why your dreaming mind selected it. So in this car, this was Rythian's car. And it wasn't a car that I know in real life. It was just a silver car. Like, it was a nondescript silver. Let's see what kind of shape a car would be. Car shapes. It was a kind of like a sedan. There you go. So, yeah, that was it was just silver like that. And it wasn't a car that I know. It was made up in my brain.
Stranger car.
But I will say, sorry, Rythian, but whenever I see a silver car, I always think it's a granddad car. Silver cars are nice, but silver and gold cars specifically remind me of my granddad. I don't know why. Maybe my granddad had a gold car at some point, but I feel like gold cars especially are always old people cars.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen a gold car before.
Like, when I say gold, it's not like a brilliant gold. It's like a...
Made of pure gold.
No, it's like a pale, like this. Hang on. This kind of colour. I'll send it to you. Sorry, everybody. You need to imagine... It's kind of brownish, like light beigey gold, like that.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. That is, yeah.
Yeah, that's a granddad colour for a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
I Googled dreams of tacos, and I found a place that's called Tacos and Dreams, and they are a taco catering company.
Oh.
And one of the tabs, I don't know where they are. They look British, but one of the tabs on their page is what's going down in Taco Town. Where are they? Could they sponsor us? Tacos and Dreams? Do you want to? Oh, they've got an 07 telephone number, so it must be. You would have thought one of the first things you would let people know.
07 is a mobile number.
Yeah, but mobile numbers would be different outside the UK, right?
Oh, is it not in the UK?
I think 07 is a UK mobile number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Tacos and Dreams.
And Dreams.
Yeah.
Tacos and dreams. Yeah, that's the mobile number, UK mobile number. Bradford on Avon. That's where it is. Which is near... Oh, it's near you. It's near Bath.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not far away at all. Maybe they do vegan tacos. They should sponsor us.
Is it a the picture looks like, is it street food? Yeah, it's like a...
Yeah, but they do parties, wedding and events.
Oh,
but
it looks nice.
Maybe they do partings, weddings, podcasts, and events.
Oh, it looks tasty.
But outside of that, the dream interpreter said tacos typically signifies various aspects related to nourishment, enjoyment, and diversity.
Okay.
So I love that. I imagine that the tacos that we get from supermarkets in the UK are nothing like what they are meant to be like.
Oh God, no, absolutely nothing
so the
like
fact
it.
that it's like diversity, such world food. Like the world food section in the supermarket always just makes me laugh because it's just stuff that, I mean, I guess it must be nice if you're away from home. Like if I was somewhere else and I went into a section of the supermarket and I was like, oh my gosh, it's got Twiglets and Marmite. I'd be like, wow, I'm home. But yeah, sometimes when I see it, it's just like some of the stuff is literally the same things on the shelves. And I'm like, why is it not just incorporated? It would make more sense.
I don't mind that though, because I often go to the World Foods aisle for that reason, because it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's like tins of chickpeas.
Yes, exactly. Tins of chickpeas.
They're like 20p cheaper than Sainsbury's own chickpeas.
And tins of tomatoes and spices, like bags of spices. They're always cheaper than the supermarket. So I always go to World Foods for that.
Where I get my ackee from as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's cheese toasty day in the office, and I'm recording from the office, and I'm quite hungry. So
I saw that. You were like, oh, I'll be there in a minute. And then suddenly a ping went out for toasties. Toasties are in the office. I was like,
I just had to walk through the kitchen. Everyone was like, oh, we've got vegan stuff. And I was just like, no, I have to go record. I'm trying not to breathe in. Don't talk to me.
Oh, no.
And then because the headset wasn't working, I had to walk through it again. And I was just like, stop it.
Please. Well, they better save you some.
Well, I can't. They all, they like to do this thing where they cover the outside of their toasties in butter before they put them in the toasty maker. So I can't use any of it anyway because they've covered everything in butter.
We have vegan stuff, but it is all covered in butter.
we have buttered all of it though. So it's one of these things that I'm always like, oh, thanks. It's nice that you've thought of me, but also I cannot. It's like they bought a vegan only barbecue for when we have Yogscast barbecues.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a separate one, and then the next day some people from the office went camping and they took it with them and put non-veggie stuff on it, and I'm just like, well, what was the point of this?
Oh my god.
So it was a one-use barbecue for us veggie vegans in the office. I just have to get a new one next time. But yeah, cars, they're usually like traveling and time of life, aren't they? Like,
yeah.
Cars often symbolize movement, momentum, or progress towards a goal. So do you think, I mean, I guess last night before you had this dream, we recorded a new dawn light. So maybe
we did, but you weren't there in my dream.
I was so confused for a second. I was like, I was there. We recorded together. What are you talking about? You weren't there, no, I wasn't there in the dream.
You didn't show up, remember?
Wait, what?
We recorded without you.
Oh, no. You just did an impression of me instead. It's like there was a time, I think I've told you about this before, but Strippin never sent in his audio for a recording. And Alex was editing the video, and it got to the point where he was like, I need you to send this in. I need to edit this. and he just didn't. So Alex just did a text-to-speech
I remember that.
just saying, I'm stripping. And every time he was responding to something, people would be like, oh, are you going over that? And he'd just be like, I'm stripping. And they'd be like, yeah, that's right. Is that what the Dawn Light's going to be? It's just going to be you going like, oh, I don't know if we should go over there. Oh, this could be. And I'm just like, Briony.
It's me, Briony.
She's a very, what's happened to her this week? It's very
just a bit
strange.
different, yeah. Oh, dear.
But maybe if that was like you thinking of, I guess, because Rithian had maybe a bit of, I mean, this will be out after that's out, I think, if it's going out today. I won't spoil you just in case. But I guess character development, maybe that's movement and momentum.
Maybe. Moving towards a goal. We do have a bunch of the lore planned out for the long term. So we're moving towards that, I guess, in a car.
Yeah, in a silver car.
In a silver car. There's also, it makes sense, the little keyboard in the book that the man was trying to buy. There's no keyboard in the book, but piano is in here. And it says, in dreams, piano players and piano playing are symbols of your own creativity. To be a great piano player, you need to learn and practice, and the same applies to using your creativity.
It's funny that this dream should occur today, because literally I've been in this recording room so many times, and today there is a little keyboard on the desk.
Oh my God. It's meant to be.
Yeah, it's just sort of like, I think TJ must have been in here setting up some music things. Yeah. A tiny little keyboard.
Cool.
From your dream.
Oh my God. Maybe TJ was the one trying to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
It also says...
Give it back.
Yeah, give it back. Get out of my car. It says, often in life we need to be creative with someone else's work. Is it time for you to create something of your own? There you go.
Oh.
That kind of makes sense with the guy trying to buy it. Like, it's like trying to take my creative piano away. Give that back. Yeah. Although I was like, $5, yeah. So yeah, take it. I don't need it.
How have you, because I know that you go through phases of like not being able to draw and then being like draw. Where are you on the drawing
I'm
scale?
on the no drawing scale right now. I want to draw, but so when did I go? Where did I go away last? I went somewhere and took my iPad with me. Where did I go? Where have I been? I can't remember.
Where did she go?
Where did I go? I don't know, but I took my iPad somewhere. It was yours. I went to you. I went to Bristol. That was it. I went to see you last week or the week before last. I can't remember when it was. And I took my iPad. And since I got back, I've not charged it. So I haven't drawn. And I have a Cintiq next to me, but sometimes I just don't want to draw on that because I have to draw at an angle. And my brain's like, no, not today.
Yeah.
It's I don't know why I'm like this, but I am.
No, I get it because I have times when like I know logically when I work, I parsec into a computer in the office to do freelance work on.
Yeah.
And so I'm not even really technically using my computer. So I know that there have been times when I'm like, I'm in the office and I've got a few hours to kill. I could technically sit at any computer, parsec into that same computer and do the same work. But the idea of not being sat at my desk doing that, I'm like, no, it just feels weird. Like, I don't like it. Like the keyboard's slightly different. And so I get that thing of like, just the smallest thing.
If there's anything different, it's just like, nah, I guess I'll just quit. Yeah, I get like that. Like when I go to Bristol, like for Jingle Jam and stuff, I'm like, oh, I might stream from the office. And it's like, no, I won't. I will not, because the recording rooms are so different to where I normally stream. I'm just like, I will not do it. I've sat down in them before and I've logged into Streamlabs, I've logged into Discord, and then I've sat there and I've gone, no, I don't want to do this.
I swear, like every time I've tried to stream from a recording room, something
goes wrong.
So janky.
Yeah, like it wipes all of your Streamlabs profiles or all the audio doesn't work, and it's like, it's not worth the hassle.
Yeah, and I can never get the microphone positioned in a way that's just not blocking my entire face.
Yeah.
So I think the only times I've ever done it and it's been okay is when we've done it together and I'm like, well, we're just goofing around anyway, it's fine. But yeah, it's just, you need your space.
Yeah. You do. That doesn't excuse me not using my Cintiq though, because that is on my desk. But my desk is currently a mess and it is surrounded by stuff. So maybe I need to clear my desk and do some drawing. But do you ever have those times where you just feel like you have so many little tasks that you need to tackle? So many little things. And it's like, I feel overwhelmed, even though if I did one of these things, it would reduce my stress so much. I'm kind of in that stage at the moment because I want to put in an order for a new PC and I'm so scared that I'm going to do something wrong. Like, I don't know anything about PCs. I just have a list of things that I need to get because my pal helped me. And I'm like, I'm scared to put the order in because I know I'll do something wrong and then I'll just be stuck with something that's useless. And that's probably not the case, but my brain's like, nope. Just don't do it. You need a whole day to sit down and focus on this. And I don't have a whole day ever. So I keep getting a message from him like, have you done it yet? I'm like, no, I haven't. No. I need an entire day where I'm doing nothing so I can just think about this and this only.
I've had to do that before. I had my computer before, I think 2 computers ago. My friend, I just got him to log into an account, make a basket full of everything I needed, and then he logged out, I logged in, and I just bought it and paid for it.
Yeah, that is exactly what I've done. Like, yeah, my pal Salil, he made it all for me on the website. He sent it to me, got into a call with me. It was like, this, explained everything. And I was like, okay. And then a week later, he's like, have you done it? I'm like, no. I'm thinking about it, I promise. I really want to.
Yeah. I mean, I have things on my to-do list from like 2 years ago that I still need to do. And every now and then I get this real like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've not done this. I have to do this. And then
Yeah. Yeah. It do be like that.
I just lie down until the feeling passes. And
Yeah. Yeah. One of the worst things was at Christmas, I wanted to get a board game for Nilesy and it wasn't in stock. And I was just like, I'll wait till it gets back in stock. Doesn't matter if I send it after Christmas because there's one board game in particular I want. It never came back in stock.
Oh.
But I was like, I'm going to buy it. That was as soon as it comes back in stock, I'm going to buy it. And we're into January at this point. And then eventually I saw a different board game and I was like, that'll do. So I bought that. I was like, this is good because the other one's not coming back. We're in February at this point. Now I just need to pack it up and send it to Nilesy because I had it sent to me first rather than directly to him for some reason.
Yeah.
And then it sat on my shelf for a month. And I was like, I'm going to send it. I will. I'm going to. But I just need a morning where I'm not doing anything and I'm not doing anything in the early afternoon so that I can get up, I can pack it, I can get ready, I can walk to the shop, I can send it, I can get back and I will have time to do whatever I need to do before I need to work. And that never came. So I just had a month of just staring at this box like, I'll send it one day. And that's just the ADHD life is like, I need more time than I actually need to dedicate to this thing so that I have leeway on either side.
Well, it's like, I mean, I'm so ashamed about this. I did a charity stream and one of the prizes was 5 people won these Pokemon modeling kits. And I was like, okay, I need to send these out. So I gathered everyone's addresses, but one person hadn't replied. And I was like, well, I may as well wait until they reply to do this thing. And it took a few months for them to finally give me their address. So by that point, it's already a few months have gone by. And I was like, okay, I should do this. And then I think it was just like various little stumbling blocks. Like
at that point, it's like, okay, now I need to check that nobody has moved in these months that have passed.
Yeah, and I think someone had actually moved. So I had to get all the addresses again. Then I was like, okay, this is the week to do this. Let's go. And then I think I like got COVID and it just kept, and now it has been literally like 2 years since I did the stream. And every now and then, like the other day, we got a new Calyx for the computer room. And I put them on I took these models out of the box that they've been sat in and I put them on a neat little shelf and I was like, I need to send these. And now they're on their little shelf and my vision is based on movement and they stay still. I've still got, because it's one of those things that I'm like, I need to go to the post office to buy things to put them in to send them. And that is the stumbling block of...
Yeah, this is why I don't like selling things on eBay.
I need to put aside a day to go into town so that I can get packaging to blah, blah, blah. And it's just this is my kick up the bum to just get them sent.
Yeah, it's like I said about this eBay thing that I sold. Like when I put stuff up, like I put these things on eBay, they were Pokemon cards and they sold for a nice amount of money because they're from the 20th anniversary, like 6 years ago. And I was like, hell yeah. But the notification comes through, you've received an offer on Pokemon cards. And I'm like, oh, Now I'm gonna have to package them and send them.
See, this is why when I've been getting rid of stuff recently, I know I could make money off of some stuff. I'm literally like, I'm going to put it on free cycle, collection only, because at this point, I just need someone who is more grown up than me to come and get it, and they can have their life together.
Yeah, absolutely. The second thing the most recent one that I did sell, he paid for it. It came through with his address, and it's literally like 2 minutes away from me. And I was like, thank God. I messaged him like, hello, would you like me to come and drop this off? Because then I don't have to post it. And he was like, it's okay, I can come and get it after work. I was like, thank you.
Do you know what? I got so paranoid. Because like all the stuff I was putting on free cycle, I was trying so hard not to talk about any of it, because I was like, if I say to someone, oh, I'm getting rid of this. So like one of the things was I used to have this full metal arcade dance mat, like a big sturdy arcade dance mat. And I was like, it's just taking up space. And I was trying because I have this problem that I'm very like heart on my sleeve, and it was constantly at the forefront of my mind. Every like bun stream, I would have to tell myself, don't talk about this. Don't, because I thought if someone then goes onto free cycle, goes dance mat, they know where it is and they can just be like, I'll come pick it up, and then they know where I live.
Yeah.
And I know that people probably wouldn't do that, but I just had this constant fear of like, what if
there's always a risk of people doing that though. Like, yeah, you need to be careful.
So I was like, as soon as it was gone and I'd taken the listing down, I was just like, got rid of my dance mat.
What dance mat?
But it was so sweet. The people that came to pick it up, they were like, do you want us to offer you some money for it? And I was like, no, please, just take it away. And then they gave me a tenner when they picked it up. And I was like, literally, you're doing me a favor. I was about to have to pay £25 for the council to come and take it. So I was like, you're saving me money by just relieving me of this thing. Thank you. But that turned into my Chippy Tea money, because my chip shop only takes cash now. This is
only takes cash. Okay.
High octane conversation you can expect from me.
No, this is good.
Well, they have a £10 card minimum, and we only get a bag of chips. So cash it is. Also, the price of chips, oh my gosh, it's gone up.
Chips are so expensive now.
Apparently chips are better in New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah. And ever since someone told me that, because I bloody love chips.
I love chips.
I love a chippy tea. And now the thought is hanging over me of, what if I went to New Zealand and I tried their chips and they were just like, what if my whole, like the meme where the brain is getting more sparkly? What if it's like that, and I go to New Zealand and I'm the bottom one, and it's just like, whoa, chips are so good. I guess the growing conditions for potatoes are just better over there.
Maybe.
And their chips taste happy instead of sad potatoes.
Oh. It varies from chippy to chippy here, though, to be fair. Like sometimes you just get a sad, soggy chip. That's
the thing, even in the chip shop. Like, we regularly, every Friday, Chippy Tea Day, and sometimes, I guess they've just put on like a new lot and they're nice.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the bottom of the thing and they've been sat there for a while and you're like, eh. And yeah, there's so many chip variables. That would be a good D&D name.
Chip variables.
Hi, I'm Chip Variable. Would you like to hear my dream?
Yes.
I can't remember it because it was a few weeks ago.
God, you've really got a backlog.
I do.
She do.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
I had this dream that had like 3 different parts. I don't remember how they fit together, but one of them was about deep sea exploration, and they found this creature, and anyone who came into contact with it was like, all I remember was that they were sat around having dinner, and Jim Carrey was one of them, and his friend was talking to this other guy, and he was sat behind him, and he's like pulling silly faces, and then the other guy starts pulling silly faces, and then all of a sudden the faces just got like more and more ridiculous till they were just impossible things for human faces to be doing. and they started panicking about this. And then these like deep sea or alien creatures come out and they go on their heads, and then we realized that they were actually helping them because it was this other alien that was trying to force their faces to do weird things, and every time they did, the good alien was like pushing tentacles back into their head and trying to calm it down. So it was just trying to like keep up with all these weird mutations happening to them. And at one point I remember them saying like, they're happening quicker than he can stop them. And then it cut to this lady was down in deep sea, and she was like attacked by this giant octopus, and she was like struggling against all the tentacles, but she managed to kick one of them and it made the big octopus guy come out of this hole, and she was just trying to kick him because he was like the big boss alien octopus, so she was just kicking him, trying to fight him. The other parts were just that one of the gardens in my parents' neighborhood had been turned into like a mutual space, and everyone was constantly walking through their garden and every other garden to get round to this space that was just like a potting shed or a potting table. And I think that's where the people sat when the aliens were coming out of their heads. I think that was the connection. And then the other bit was just that there was this market store that everyone really liked that sold cute, like children's kitchen replicas, but they were all really high quality and they had moving parts, and it was just these like fancy saucepans, and each of them got individually wrapped when you bought them, and the army captain was buying stuff for his children, and I had to take it back, and once it was all wrapped, I remember the store owner was French. But that's about it. Yes, the end. Bye-bye.
Oh. There's a lot happening there.
I have no memory of like any of that. Nothing came back. I think I vaguely remember the fancy children's cookware. But the rest of it, I'm just like, oh.
Like you had aliens and giant octopuses attacking people underwater and stuff. Like, my God.
As soon as I heard the beginning of that dream, I was thinking, oh no, I'm sorry, Kirsty.
Oh no.
I was just in deep water, like real deep, deep, deep water.
Oh my God. Sometimes I worry when I'm listening to your dreams that I just zone out and go on to a tangent. Like when you started talking about the cookware, they're like, oh, children's cookware, and it gets individually wrapped and blah, blah, blah. I just started thinking, well, they can't be that expensive, because at the end of the day, if they're more expensive than normal cookware, then you may as well just go and buy that. Meanwhile, you're still talking, and I'm just like,
Well, I think it was like, you know, when you see like the real fancy people children's toys, and it is more expensive than just getting the real thing, because it's just like there are certain companies, I can't think who they are, but I guess because I used to work in John Lewis, and I would see like some of the stuff that they would sell in there that was just ridiculously spenny. And I remember thinking, back in my day, we got a hoop and a stick and your imagination. But I think it was stuff like that. I think I always did want those sorts of, I mean, I still do quite like just things that are small.
I know what you mean. Yeah. When I was at school, I made a doll's house for my technology project. And me and my dad went to a shop somewhere near Royston, I think, maybe, that did, well, maybe it wasn't near Royston, I don't know. Anyway, it was specifically a doll's house, like emporium, where they did tons of furniture for doll's houses. And they had like light fittings that worked and
Yeah.
stuff like that. There's so much cool stuff. And it's just so nice. And you hold it and it's just so tiny, but it's functional and it's just so good. I love it. Yeah.
I do just, yeah. I love all that stuff. Like when you get that, I think we literally talk about this last week when you get the tiny cooking videos where they make the tiny real food.
Yeah, we
and they
have talked about it at some point
tiny
for sure.
pancake on a tiny pan. And then it's cooked over a tea light inside a tiny oven and all of that stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, I just love it so much. Yeah, I was probably watching some sort of video to do with that. In fact, I think, so Kirsty and I have been saving Instagram videos to show each other. And I think one of them involves tiny cooking. And it's probably that I saw that and saved it. And that went into my head. The octopus alien situation, I have absolutely no idea.
Okay, you've not been watching any of those videos.
No. Anxiety, probably.
Anxiety.
What did dream of an octopus mean? Is octopus in your book?
Oh, I can look him up. I was just thinking about the videos we've been saving. I feel like I'm going to show up with just a bunch of degen meme videos. You're going to have all this cute stuff like, look at this tiny cooking.
I don't know. I feel like I've got a fair mix on the range of degeneracy.
The range of degeneracy. Octopuses have numerous tentacles that operate independently. So could your unconscious have been commenting on your multitasking ability? As a sea creature, the octopus carries the energy of emotion and the many ways to hold or connect. In their positive form, these creatures reflect emotional depth and the ability to direct your energy in many directions without losing your center. A dream octopus may therefore suggest successful business deals or any other project involving much multitasking. Or any other project involving much multitasking. It may also be associated with a person or situation that has many ways of holding or affecting you, such as a mother or a debt. If a squid squirted a cloud of black ink in your face in your dream, could this be indicating the emotional conflicts? That emotional conflicts are being obscured rather than confronted. Oh, there you go.
I don't remember there being any ink.
No, I think you'd have remembered the ink.
Yeah.
Did you see the video the other day? You might have seen it on Instagram of the diver who went underwater and he got an octopus out from under a rock, and he was just like fucking poking it and being a pain in the ass, and then the octopus just grabbed his neck and then grabbed his face, and he had to resurface because this octopus was just on his head.
Oh my gosh! No, I
wonder
didn't
if you'd
see
seen that because that would probably have spurned some sort of octopus dream to happen.
No, like I love octopus. I love that they are very intelligent and that they are. Years ago, I read this fact that octopus are so intelligent that if they weren't so antisocial, they would easily be able to take over the world. But they just don't really want anything to do with anyone, so they don't.
Fair.
And I sort of love that for them. And like when you get things like, do you remember that story about the aquarium who couldn't figure out why their light kept on turning off? And it turned out it's because the octopus didn't want the light on, so it was like squirting water to blow the fuse to turn the light off every night because it was like it just wanted to be in the dark. And it's just stuff like that. I just love them. It makes me very like, this is a depressing point to make, but I feel like they are one of those creatures that very often gets abused by content creators. Like I've seen so many videos where someone has like maybe I've just had bad luck with this, but like there are two in particular that I can think of where they've randomly been like, oh, I bought an octopus and look, I'm gonna like mess around with it. And I'm just like, no, because they're so intelligent, but they have no way of being like, please don't.
Stop that. Leave me alone.
Stop. So it just makes me so sad whenever I think about them.
Yeah.
So I love them, but I want to love them from a distance.
Yeah, no, I get that.
They get to be in the sea, left alone, which is all they want. Not in aquarium. Like, it's lovely. I'm fascinated by seeing them in aquariums, but also they shouldn't be in there. They should be at home.
Just let them go be in the ocean.
Yeah, especially as like typically their enclosures will have like plastic phones in and stuff. And it's like, oh, look at them trying to hold the thing. It's just like, yeah, he just wants to be holding natural
He's trying to call the
things.
police. He wants to leave.
Yeah. But he's too antisocial to talk to the police, so he can't do it.
Oh, he's got no one he can ask to call the police.
Yeah. He's a millennial.
Oh, free.
So I do love him. It reminded me of a cute story, though, actually. There was a time when I had a bad dream about an octopus. This must have been about 2011 or 2010, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember telling Alex that I had had a bad dream about, I know it was a kraken. I had a nightmare about a kraken. And a few days later in the post, I got this cuddly toy, very like chibi octopus. And Alex was saying, don't be scared. He's just a little guy. And it sent me this, what we now call the cuddle kraken, just this little cuddly toy ginger, orange octopus that to make me not be scared of my dream. I still have him. He's up on
That's
my shelf.
nice.
But he just reminded me of, I've dreamt about this sort of thing before.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's a good thing then if you've got a cuddle kraken.
My little cuddle kraken.
Maybe he's a good boy.
I guess they are, like the thought of being underwater and having an octopus have hold of you is terrifying.
Mm.
And like thinking about giant squid scares me and all of that stuff. Just the whole deep sea scenario is just...
it's pretty bad.
I want to not be part of it.
I don't want to be involved.
But yeah, I can't really offer anything on this dream because I don't remember it and I don't remember what was happening when I had it.
Yeah.
Would I have been multitasking? I mean, if I had have had it this week when I've got like a few more different streams on and I've streamed with a few new people and I've also been editing and I've also been doing this, like I could sort of understand if I had have had it this week, but I don't remember what I was doing 2 weeks ago, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know. It just sounds like it was just quite stressful, honestly. It was like, you know, an octopus. The person the octopus was trying to pull down, was it you or was it just a woman?
I think it was just a woman.
Just a woman,
I
okay.
didn't think it was me. So yeah, she was having a terrible time.
But you went there.
I was all right.
Was it like watching a movie? Like you just weren't present in the scene?
I don't even remember. Like I can't even think of.
I guess you don't
any
remember
of
the dream,
this.
do you?
Yeah. Just a very odd one that is obviously very deeply buried in my head that I can't. It's just usually when I listen to the dreams, I'm like, it comes back to me. But this one, I'm just like, I wouldn't have even have bet money on what this dream was going to be about. And it's my voice and from my head. But yeah,
my gosh.
Probably stress and anxiety.
Yeah, probably. Probably. That's generally the
Chalk
go-to,
it up
isn't
to
it?
that. Yeah.
So remind me, what happened towards the end of the dream again? Like there was the octopus.
Towards the end.
There was the furniture, the tiny
Yeah,
cookware.
children's cookware wrapped in. That's the only bit I can recall. I think it was wrapped in like brown paper packaging, tied up with strings. These are a few of
my
my
favorite
dream
pans.
things.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Your dreams are always just full of so much stuff. It's like, where do we even
Yeah.
begin?
And I swear the last few dreams I've been saying like, it was in 4 parts or it's in 3 parts. I don't know how they're connected. I think just for a couple of weeks, I've not been having it recently, but I think for a couple of weeks, I just had this real deep sleep that was just, I found like a rich dream ore and I was mining it deep in the brain regions.
A
And
well
this
of
was
dreams.
just found a good source.
Yeah.
I've lost it now because I think I've only got 2 more recordings.
Uh-oh, so I better start picking up the pace.
Yeah.
Well, good news, I've got more meds now, so maybe they'll come back.
Yay!
Because that's actually, I got them yesterday, took them, and I had a dream last night, so here's hoping.
Nice.
Great.
Well,
It's been lovely chatting to you as always.
Yes, it has been very lovely. Thank you, Briony. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yeah. And until next time, everybody, bye-bye for now.
Bye.